center, our rehabilitation center. But if you are like a mental serial rapist or murderer, you stay in there, and we want to know if you're really like that. Really? Okay, well then we don't know. Just stay there until we can figure this shit out. But what I'm saying is that the people have to be released who are innocent in prison. If you're gingerbread color, we know that you're not supposed to be in there. We know that. And that's the crime because they know that. The people that put us in there know that we're not supposed to be in there. Okay, well, that's the fight. That is the fight right there. This is where you have to get your lawyer and you got to go in groups and you got to get my poster magazines and you got to send it to the mayors, the governors, but really, really, you want to send it to Trump and you want to send it to a lawyer that you think would help. Send my video. You would have to send my video to someone that would help. Present my case and you would present me. See, you got to present me because I'm the only one that's talking like this. I tried to see if Michi X, she's not even talking like me. She's talking about some man named Rashid Shani, or I can't remember, I can't pronounce his name. Tashik Rashid or something like that. She's going at it with this man. I'm like, girl, you better focus. She's supposed to be focused on our enemies. Forget that dude. Forget him. Forget him. He can't help you. You have to literally now and then you'll see people like now this is Dan Calloway right here.
How this system was designed to benefit only 1% of the people. These ideas of colonization were originally experimented on other people outside of the Americas and carried over to these lands with a more desperate need to succeed at monopolizing an already existing form of trade here. It was said that whoever controls the trade controls the land, and with the creation of currency, the use of shares, stocks, and bonds, along with the implementation of economics and exchange, the Negro farmers would soon lose control of the trade here in the U.S. and subsequently,
see this?
They also lost.
See these people here? These people were always here. These babies here, they were not transported from Africa. Now let's say they were. If they were, then that's a crime. That's a crime. Because they admitting it that they brought 12 million Africans against their will to work for the land that's not even the white man's land. So, you know what I'm saying? So it's still a crime. They still have to go to prison, no matter what. Who have to go to prison? NBC, all of the top owners got to go to prison. The court judges, Supreme Court judges, they all got to go to prison. They all have to go to prison, and it has to be represented to where I would have to, or no, the lawyer would have to say to each court judge that's going to go to prison, okay, here, you know, and they're sitting in that seat, and we're presenting our case. We're presenting our case to let them know you have to go to prison. We're letting you know you got to go to prison like right now. We're coming to your court office to let you know that you're going to prison. So that's how we present the case. We go to them and say you got to go to prison. And this is how you and they're going to say how? Because you came here on Paul Revere's bloodline and you were supposed to have been executed in 1776, right? So then you damn sure can't be in office, but yet here you are. And we're dying because you're in office. You would not have to go anywhere if we weren't dying, if we weren't getting messed up. If, you know, if everything was in your favor, since everything is in your favor, why am I here talking, you know, I'm talking to you because everything is in your favor. But if it was in our favor, then what the fuck would I be doing talking to you, trying to lock you up for when you're doing right by us? If you're doing right by us, then what am I going to lock you up for? Why are you going to be locked up? That doesn't make any sense. When you handed over the key, you admitted it that you handed over the keys and that you knew that you were wrong. And so now you have to remove yourself from office. And, you know, and do other things. You just can't be a court judge. You got to remove yourself because you were never supposed to be there in the first place. You were never supposed to be a judge. You were never supposed to be you never was supposed to be a news anchor, because a news anchor is supposed to tell the truth. They're lying because the simple fact is that we sent them the poster magazine 8-9 months ago. We sent it to the senators, the mayors, and now the NBC News because they told Whoopi to go reflect on her history, and we reflected. And what we found was that you gotta be removed or you gotta die, literally. Seriously. Because that's what we found. That Whoopi has to be given her deed and her certificate to the View, because that's what she do. Whether she's a coon or not, it don't matter. You're supposed to hand Whoopi over her deed and the keys to the whole building. And I'm supposed to get my spot in the NBC News because this is what I do. I announce crossing people over to the Promised Land because I'm the Promised Land creator. That's just what I do. I patent the Promised Land and I have it down to the detail of the color of the carpet, of what it should look like, down to everything of how it should be run. I'm the creator of that. And so you're supposed to announce me, okay? And the news knows that because we sent it there. And guess what? These are news people that's supposed to tell the truth about
control over.
They're supposed to tell the truth about the truth, right? You can tell how they're just bona fide liars, cowards. They never even announced what we discovered, that you people are Paul Revere. You're criminals. Well, Kathy, they're not going to admit it. Well, at least admit something. At least admit even the reparation thing. When they said reparations for California, they were only doing that because we did that. Dane Calloway did a video on the reparation thing. He don't have a clue of why they said California, reparations for California. He don't have a clue of why they did that. But we do. We know why they said California, because we sent those poster magazines. And now we know that they do have the ability to say reparations. All this whole time, they had the ability to call out reparations and give it right. But they don't. You see what I'm saying? You mean to tell me for 500 years, wait, okay. So for 200 years, okay, forget that. Since 1960, since 1970, 90, 80s, you could have said reparations this whole time, because they only said reparations for California because we sent it out. They were talking to us. In which I said, well, that's a joke. Because I did say reparations on my proposal magazine, on my poster magazine's announcement, but I'm trying to let them understand what subject we're talking about. And to look at the rules and regulations of the Promised Land and how I write them. Because what I have written is that every single person of the age of 16 gets their RV motorhome coach top of the line. And then they would be able to travel in their 13 different Promised Land communities in each state, with the protection of their badge to wherever they go. Everything is free. Everything. And that when we wear our badge, no white, Mexican, black cop can tell us where to lay or stay. If you got a problem with us, you got to go back to your country. Now, when I say black, I mean African American people who work as a police officer. You got to go back to Morocco or we'll kill you. I'm just letting you know. Take your ass, your cop ass, coon ass on to Morocco, where you're indigenous to. That's what the badge is for. Is to identify who is who on their land. We are the landlords. That will say on our badge, we are a landlord, and you will address us as my lord or my lady, because this is what we are. We're the landlords, and the news media should already be announcing this already. That wow, we just discovered a woman named Catherine Irvin, and she has all this knowledge about what is really true. This is what the news media should have been doing, but they're not, because they're cowards and they're parasites and they're murderers. But if they do the right thing and just tell the truth and announce me, then they wouldn't really have a problem, really, because some of those people would have to be removed to allow me to sit there. The rest of them can stay because they're falling away anyway. So let the rest of the people who are evil stay there because they're falling away anyway. You have to type in netmostwanted.com. It's on Rumble. And you will see how they're all dying, like right now, by the millions. Yes. That's why I take my hat off to Dr. Fauci. He is the man. Thank you, Fauci.
The lands with the help of the banks. A bank is defined as a retail or commercial financial institution that is licensed by the government to receive and loan money. The word bank derives from the old Italian word banca and then the Middle French word ben banque, in which both words are defined as a table, which is why the etymology of the word bank is defined as a money lender's exchange table or a money box. The term money box was the obsolete sense of the original meaning for the word stock, which also meant a subscribed capital of a corporation. In other words, stock was the term used to describe the movable property of a farm. Now, some of you may feel as though this is in regards to the animals on the farm, like livestock, for example. But unfortunately, it also holds true to the other movable objects on the farm as well, like those that work on the farm, who were also labeled as stock and kept account of. To be kept in stock meant to be kept in possession of a trader or to be in prison, prisoners of war. And here's why. Paper currency had oftentimes been hard to come by during its earlier days of existence, due to the bartering system being widely recognized. Many of the Negro farmers were making purchases literally off of promises.
Okay, that this house looks just like when you go into your darus, you will find that your great grandparents have these houses because I have pictures of my great grandparents with this same house, and it had a car, a Cadillac car. In 1800s, he had a Cadillac little car, and his doors was open, and he was sitting there, and you could see. And this was in 18 oh no, this was in 1845. In 1845, this house, and it had a Cadillac, and okay, okay. So what I'm saying is that when you look in your diaries, you will see that we had cars. We had an old Cadillac car, and we instead of the horse and buggy, we had cars. See, okay, so obviously, if we had cars, we had other things too that's more advanced than that. Because the further you go back, the more advanced we were, where we had, spaceships and those pyramids. But anyway, these these are indigenous people who were already here. You see this house here. This is considered a shack compared to what we used to live in. We used to live in big, huge palaces. There was palaces, thousands and thousands in each state, big, huge palaces that look like the Russian Kremlin, but and they were all colorful too. See, they shot us, literally shot us out of our homes. That's why I say, when you look at people like this, let me switch now. I'll leave a link to Dan Calloway, but what he's basically saying is that what I was saying is that NBC News owns the banking systems. When they removed us from our homes, they used the banking systems to have their war, their military. They paid the military to shoot us out of our homes even further, more and more in all states. That's what the banking system is for. That's why I'm showing you this about the banking systems. But when we go now, let's go to
And
another
because
subject.
certain crops only came.
Let's go to another subject. I'll leave a link on that. But when we go here, these people right here, this
through. And
okay,
you
these
must
people
be
are this is Isis Wisdom, and this is I think his name is Rashad.
yes.
Okay, now they'll tell you that you have to go in to your high vibrational energy, like you have to go in and tap within, which they're absolutely correct. But you have to do that after we get into the promised land. You got to do all that going in and all of that because your soul is already outside. You're already here. You're already present. You're seeing. You're already aware of shit. So when they say to go in to your, in order for you to solve your problem, in order for you to tap in to get your powers, you have to go within. This is what they're saying. In order for you to get your powers, you have to go within. They don't have their powers because if you have your powers, you would be able to understand that somebody fucked us up. And Kali Yuga has heads going around her. She's stepping on a head because she's at war. When you go inside yourself, you're gonna find out that you gotta go to war. Yeah, because it's stopping you from moving into a mansion. It's because these people are stopping you from gaining your higher access to your real true abilities. You're supposed to be sitting on a mountaintop, a very sacred mountaintop. You're supposed to be sitting in areas and going places and moving. You're supposed to be raising your vibrational energies while you move to different places. You're not supposed to be staying stuck in one apartment that's square. You living in a square apartment where the roof is square. You got to live in homes that are like pyramids, that are shaped that's going upward. You have to be in areas to where you can travel and see different lands. You can't just stay in one apartment or one house trying to raise your vibrational energy, trying to get powers that you already have. Your powers is within you, which they were right where they said it's already within you. But you have to use it. You don't just sit here and just because they've been sitting here saying this for like years. Because last year I seen a video about what she was about the vibrational energy, but she's still saying the same shit. Just like Sophia Stewart, the Matrix. She can only tell you about her book, about Neo, Morpheus, Trinity, and ciphers. That she can only tell you about that. Okay. Well then, where did Neo go? Didn't he fly? Wasn't the ending of the Matrix? Didn't he fly up? Okay, where the fuck did he go? We have to go where Neo went. He went. He moved. He kept going. You see this regurgitation of the Matrix movie that came out, I think, what, last year? It's the same regurgitation, okay, but didn't the first movie where he flew? This is where I'm at. We gotta go. We gotta fly. We gotta get the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? We can't sit here. They just sitting here. You gotta raise your powers is within, okay, but you gotta use your powers. Somebody fucked us up. And we gotta use our powers to get whoever fucked us up so we can fly.
Just feminine energy.
Now, what I'm learning right now is about omnipresence.
Yes.
That's when one has the ability to tap into all the different versions of themselves. And you can be in many different places at the same time. Now, in order to get to that understanding, there are certain trainings that one must go through, and you must be tapped in on a higher level to get access to this knowledge. Not only that, this knowledge that we're talking about, some of this stuff you're not going to find out in books. Some of us out here are here to pick up and tell you guys the information from where the elders left off prior to us. Because the information is continuous. And the information is continuous. So you may hear us say certain things that, the cast Bobby Hemmett talked about back in the day, Brother Petty talked about, the things he's talking about right now, some of the other information that's coming out. But when you start understanding that that's probably one side to the full story, and you start looking at the other story, the other parts of this thing, that's how I look at it. I look at, okay, I put out this version of the story, then you come out, you break it down from a whole different perspective, and you bring a whole different angle, like we just did just now, and you were dropping the science about why that is. You know what I'm saying? When you start breaking down that aspect, so people can put pieces of the puzzle together, it's like a big-ass puzzle that you're putting together. We all may be saying similar to the same things, but also our message may be very different. And people never take in consideration the source itself as even elevated.
Yes.
And upgraded. Back in the day, ain't the same source that's active right now. Right. Because it is elevated.
Okay, but the source that they're talking about, the information that they're talking about, what does the information lead you to? It leads you to, you have to get in their ass. The fact that you have to meditate. Why you meditating? Because you have a problem. What's your problem? They got you fucked up is your problem. The government got you fucked up. So now you got to go within to try to find ways to protect yourself and to elevate yourself to get your powers. To do what? To just sit there with your powers? You're just going to sit here. We're just sit here with our powers. No, you have to fight. Now the information that you're tapping into is the simple factors of who you got fucked, who fucked you up. That's the information that's coming in. Oh, so this is all of ours. Yeah, this is all of yours. The apartment building, the house that you live in, they got to hand you the deed to that. That is where you tap into yourself. You have to realize that you're at war. That's it. Because once you get what you have to get, your Jetsons, you can travel, then now you have your powers. Because now you can go, because when you build it, they will come. The others that are supposed to come to us, the great gathering of the gods from planet Sirius and planet Venus and all that, would come down and to give us even more power and information. But you have to go there first. You have to bring your mind to the fact is that somebody fucked us up. Who is it? Okay, we already know who it is now. It's the top judges in the Supreme Court that have to go to prison. And we have to present it through my case. A gingerbread lawyer and his team, whether it's white, black, green, or purple, don't matter, have to present me so that I can say, okay, You all are, well, no, he's going to say you guys are judges. We're in the judge court. And I'm going to claim my court office building here that you're in, judge. But you're not a judge. You're actually a criminal, technically. And I'm not coming here with vengeance. I'm actually coming here quite happy. I'm very happy and elated. I'm very excited. Because when you get this information, you're going to be very happy and excited to know, like, oh, thank goodness. Now I know who I must kill because I know who's the bad person. It's not me. These are my resources that they stole based on your past, because you have to have your past, present, and future in with you all at the same time. So you can present your case. Oh yes, I have discovered on the basis of discovery. Where's my dictionary law book? Yes, that you guys go by. See, they go by the Black Law Dictionary that they go by. And they even put up, oh, also you could see a thing about Biden. He makes an announcement yesterday. Basis on the discovery, I discovered, see, because they're watching our videos. When I said, oh, we're going to present ourselves basis on discovery, then here come NBC News talking about, well, we're going to put crackhead ass Biden on there, and you're going to say, basis on discovery. Watch that last video that he just made. He said, basis on discovery. Here it is. They put crackhead ass Biden on there.
Give me 30 seconds
and he
I'll
went
show
and
you
said
why you should
something
be buying
about
silver and how to get started as the reality of inflation sinks in.
Made in America.
Oh, okay, because bird shit had fell on his. Okay, so he was. This is what they're trying to mock us with. Notice how they know that I'm within tune to nature, because you can see how I'm always in tune to nature on my room. But they put him in a nature setting trying to mock somebody, and then but what happened was they put some bird shit on him. Some bird shit landed on him, and so of course they want me to talk about that, which I don't give a fuck. But you know, and he's saying basis on discovery, see, because he's trying to mock somebody. See what I'm saying? See, they don't do the right thing. They put the crackhead on there to mock somebody because they're watching my videos and they're seeing all that's going on. And that's why Dane Calloway made a video and he didn't even know why they said reparations for California. It was for us. It was for us to make a video about how they fucked up on that part. You supposed to allow me to say what reparations are. That's why I say the NBC News and all of them is supposed to do the right thing by announcing me, allowing me to have my own platform so that I can announce the rules and regulations. And you know, and the people that do right by us, they will not die. But the people who are against us will, because it's always going in the winds of change for the good, for the better, for the good anyway. It's just going that way. We were 35 years ago. 35 years ago, it was bad. Now it's going to where we're discovering how bad it really is. We're discovering, and this is what we have to learn. We have to see, oh, so the television station network, people that were watching, they are the criminals. Yes, they are the criminals, and everything they say is a lie. So you can see this bird shit. Look at the bird shit. Look at the bird shit.
I'm sorry. I really could not help myself with that one. Aerial assault on Joe Biden. Bird literally shits on the president. It's kind of ironic, though, because the president has been shitting on the American people ever since he got into office. But don't worry, they're already calling it fake news. It's not really bird poop. Nope. The White House is now saying it's just corn. Take a look here. Redstate.com. White House has explanation for the bird poop on Biden. It was corn. It was corn. Now I'll just say this. I'm not an expert, so I'll leave that for you to decide.
Okay, so where are you going to get corn from? Just what? It's just raining corn. So it's just raining corn. I think a bird ate the corn and then shitted out the corn on his suit. He could have hit anybody. He could have hit the tree. He could have hit anything, but he hit his body. His body. He hit his shirt. He hit his suit. And they said it was corn. Where are you going to get corn from? Who gives a fuck? This is the point. Here's the point. They want people to look at the shit that they put out and then we talk about it. Okay, well, you still have to either die or remove yourself from the seat. You still have to announce me so that I can say the rules and regulations of the promised land, because you're still trying to murder everybody. So you still have to get out of the seat no matter what. You prop this crackhead up and put bird shit on him. It don't matter. You know, I mean, it's gonna be some worse shit when I come up in there. You gonna wish some shit landed on you when I come up in there. I'm just letting you know. Just hurry up and announce the rules and regulations of the promised land by presenting me. You have to present what I'm saying, since you're looking at my videos. And you had Dan Calloway to say something about reparations. He didn't know a clue. He didn't have a clue. This he don't even know. He don't even know I exist. Dan Calloway don't even know I exist. So he doesn't even know that he's in my book. Nope, he don't know. But he doesn't know why they said California, reparations for California, but now you know why. But so what I'm saying is, okay, so Firefox is rebooting itself. Okay, but what I'm trying to get at, this is my point, is that they playing games with us, my point. And that you got these other people, Isis Wisdom and other people who are telling our people to raise your vibrational energy, to tap into the energy, but see, you're not being specific on what you're really talking about when you say go in. Okay, when we go in, now what? What are we going to find? I'll tell you what you're going to find. You're going to find the truth. You're going to find that you're going to have to fight. You're going to literally have to fight your way out of this in order for you to get to a higher plateau. But see, they're not saying it. They're not saying, oh, well, in order to get your powers, well, no, wait, in order for you to get your powers, you first have to fight. You first have to find out who got you fucked up. Then you got to go to them and fight them. Then you'll be free to have all the access of all the stuff that you wanted anyway. But I just wanted to